Ma'ir the Olam, very stark, and it's a big cover tonight. Shkoyach for Harav Nachum, his son, for making sure that we were in the schedule, busy schedule. When the Rav comes from America, everyone's looking to speak, to be miyait, to hear his eitzah, so he was able to give time to us to give a share, and Shkoyach the Rav for coming. And Mitzvah Hashem, we should be zeich many more times, many more visits. You should have koyach to come many more times, Mitzvah Hashem.
I'm the one who's to give you shekayach, to give opportunity to speak over here. It's always a question which topic to speak about. That it's very timely to speak about Mashiv Ruach. We're saying Talmud to Levracha. Another 2 weeks here in Chutzlar till start saying Talmud. Next Israel, we really start saying Talmud from Zayin Cheshvan. Just a few general halachas about Talmud till the main topic I want to speak about is that there's a difference between Talmud and Mashiv Ruach Moed Goshem. That Talmud is a bakasha. Mashiv Ruach Moed Goshem is only a shvach from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a shvach from HaKadosh Baruch Hu that is Mashiv Ruach Moed Goshem. Saying Talmud is a bakasha. Because of that, in Eretz Yisrael we need Geshem, we need earlier, so we start Zayin. Cheshvan really should start before, right after Sukkot, but because of the Oilei Regolim, they had to get back. We didn't want the road should be muddy, so we pushed it off to Zayin. However, the Pirkei Yosef says, and it's a Psaka of Yosef in Eretz Yisrael, someone by mistake, a lot of people make a mistake, start saying Mashiv Ruach Moed Goshem, so comes Motziyantu, they say saying Talmud. So in Israel, the Psaka of Yosef is, which is based on Poskim that B'diavad, you're Yoitze if you said it before Zayin Cheshvan, because we really need the Geshem. So the question arises, what about in America here? So in America, someone starts saying also, he made a mistake, he starts saying, same mistake, that he starts saying Talmud, he starts saying Mashiv Ruach Moed Goshem, so he figured Talmud, whatever he made a mistake. So the Rabbi Kiveger brings down a sefer from Torah Chaim. Torah Chaim is a sefer which was written by Chaim Shapsei, which seems to be there was the Posek Ador. The sefer was written in Tov Pei. Which is exactly 400 years ago. But it's a sefer which is quoted by Rabbi Kiveger. The sefer is quoted by the Nesivos. It's quoted many times. Kiveger quotes it many times. The famous Nesivos, which may just mention Agav, that in Siman Reish Hey, the Nesivos says that if a person forces someone to do something, it's called Isui Mammon. Force him, I'm not going to kill him, but I'm threatening him with money, so that's considered an oinus. Considered it was an Isui. It's considered that he didn't do it in his own ratzon. Nafkamina is that with a get, if you threaten someone with money, if you don't give a get, you lose a lot of money. So we pass him that Isui Mammon is considered an Isui. Just to mention Agav, since I'm talking about it, it's entire Israel is very important. About 15 years ago, there was a whole issue in New York that they wanted to pass what was called the get law. The get law, not going to go into what the pratim was, but the get law was that if a husband doesn't give a get, so the court can take that in consideration, all kinds of dreadlock that shouldn't be problem of church and state, that they can make sanctions on him that he's going to lose a lot of money. So then we made a big tumult in the name of Rav Yosef, based on this Sefer Torah Chaim, which in the Sivas quotes that an Isui Mammon, you're forcing someone to lose money, is considered. So anyway, so Torah Chaim says that in Chutzlarts over here, in Chutzlarts, they have to give a shkech, all these machonot, all these different organizations in Eretz Yisrael, they took these old svarim which you couldn't even read them. They were mamish written in like very, and they printed it mamish beautiful savers harder. It's the whole time like me, I don't know how to use a computer, but so I don't have these farms. So it's mamish gives us the opportunity. We look up the source. He says something very interesting over there. He says, "What's his raya? What's his raya that if in Chutzlarts here by mistake you said Mashi Varuach Moed?" He said the Saint Halmat Lavacha before December 5th, it's Samach Kufa, which is next week. He says the Yotze also. Doesn't say why, but they just quoted the Kivegas 3-4 words. But I looked up the Torah Chaim, and he says something very interesting. He says, "How is a contradiction? In the whole world, we say Masha Ruach Moed Goshen from Shmini Atzeres. From Shmini Atzeres, we start saying the whole world says it together. So it's a stira. I'm saying Masha Ruach Moed Goshen. That it seems that the Geshem is not. It's a brach. It's a bakosha. It's not a klala. So how are we still saying same bracha? So this is the raya that the Torah Chaim brings, that he said here in Chutzlarts. You said Saint Talamotu before the Samach L'Tkufa, which is December 5th. So he says B'diavri Yaitza, because he says there's three different madregas in saying Talamotu. This one is that place we need Geshem. Normally you need Geshem. Chutzlarts, it's Samach 2, December 5th. That's Yisrael's right after Sukkot. So yes, we need it. Then there's something which is neutral. It's neutral. No, it'll rain today in Chutzlarts. It'll rain today. So okay, maybe you can live without the rain. In New York, there's a big drought today. There's such a big drought to my side. I was in Lakewood 2 days ago, and there was a forest fire in Jackson, which is today Lakewood became big. There's Jackson, there's Tom's Rivers, there's Howell, all kinds of other places. And we went to Shul in the morning. We mamish smelled the smoke. We saw the dust in the air. So there's partial droughts. Really, it's a Shaila Mice and Bialoch Magen Avram that maybe they started saying Talmud before, but for sure in let's say America here that Talmud in after Sukkot, it's not a brach, it's not a klala. It's not a brach, it's not a klala. Then other places where it's a klala, mamish don't need geshem at all. So Torah Chaim says, since we say Masha V'ruach Moed Goshen, so how can we say it's a stira? But he says that's a shvach of a Kosh Baruch Hu. But it's not a stira that we don't need it to. It's not a klala. You know, if it rains, good. If it doesn't rain, it's also good. If it rains, it's not going to cause a flood or something. It's not going to ruin the crop, but still be too much rain. So that's his raya. If we say Saint Talamoter in before the Samach Kufa, the Yotzer and also Agav, it's interesting. There's probably people here from South America that this tshuva was written 400 years ago. Was written to Brazil 300 years ago. Shin. It was 300 years ago. It was written to Brazil, because in Brazil we know it's in the other bottom of the world. Here, that's the world is America, unfortunately. It's Israel for sure. And the shilos over there, the seasons are different. Now it's when it's winter by us, it's summer by them. So the shiloh was sent. So there's Yidden already 300 years ago. There was Yidden living in Brazil and South America, that they knew that place we were sent to the Shiloh. They didn't have Rav Yosef, they didn't have Rav Moshe Feinstein, the mice, but they knew you send Shilohs, then the Poisek door was the Torah Chaim. So from far away from Brazil, and it's interesting also, there was a Yishuv Yidden already 300 years ago in Brazil. So that's only Akdama. So again, the law is if you say Saint Talamota, B'diavad, your Yoitze, after Sukkot, Sai in America, and sign Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael, it's easier because it's the dinner. It's just an exera from the oil of Golim, even here in America. But what's the difference? Again, we mentioned Saint Talmud is a bakosha. It's a bakosha, and Masha V'ruach is a haskara. It's a shvach l'kosh baruch Hu. So what I want to discuss today is that if someone on Erev Shabbos, Someone now Eretz Yisrael it came with Nogeis. We Shemini Seres and Simchas Horish together. The Eretz Yisrael this year was on Thursday. It was on Thursday. Friday, when everyone was Yontav Sheni, Friday was also already. It was Isru Chag. It was a regular day, but it was so close to Sema Shavuot, and people getting confused. They forgot to say saying Talamater. Forgot to say Talamater by Mincha, and they remembered all of a sudden. We forgot to say Talamater. No, it's Mashavuch Makashim. I forgot to say it. So the question is that on the Tefillah Shabbos, but let's go back to the different case. We'll go to a different case that on Friday by Mincha you forgot to say Talmud Levracha. In 2 weeks from now, people always get confused in the beginning, and saying Talmud is also I don't want to spend time on it. This is halacha by Mashavuch Moed Goshem. Everyone should start together. So there's a question how to start because they don't do it for Ma'ariv, because Ma'ariv not everyone comes to Shul, and the question how to do in Eretz Yisrael. We say that feels Talon. We say it before Musaf and Kutzlo. It says the Chazan. After the Chazan says that's Hachraza. So saying Mashavuch needs a Hachraza. Saying Talmud doesn't need Hachraza. You start saying it at night. So what's the difference? It's again, because Mashavuach, the whole world says it. Whole world says Shvachok. So once the whole world says it, to say it together. But Talmud, which it's different. It's a bakosha. So in Eretz Yisrael we start earlier. In Kutzla we start later. So it's not shayach that all of it should say it together. Saying it together is very important. It's a very interesting halacha. It's a very interesting halacha that we don't start saying Mashir v'ruach moed Goshem at night. We only say it. We only start saying it when you hear from the Chazan, whatever, it's by Musaf and Shmini Atzeres. It shows what Achdus is. When everyone will start saying it together, it's a Musadik Azachim. It's a halach and Shulchan Aruch. It's a halach and Shulchan Aruch that when saying Mashir v'ruach moed Goshem, they have to do with Achdus and Mashein Talmud, which anyway can't be Achdus. So Mela, we start at night. Because it's more prati. But let's say on Erev Shabbos, Mincha, person forgot to say Talmud. The other 2 weeks on Friday, you're not used to saying Talmud yet. It takes 30 days till you should be muksik that you're saying. And so all of a sudden, then you remember that I didn't say Talmud by Mincha. Sibur starts singing L'chadoidi already. And you remember, I didn't say Talmud. Now, Agav, why someone's going to come to me afterwards and say, it's against two Mishnah Brewers of Yaakov Emden. If you remember, when it starts saying L'chadoidi, it's not, you don't have to go over because the halach is that if you forget, you're masupik, if you said Talmud. So if you remembered right away, Mishnah Brewer says, then it's you have to go daven over again. If it's within 30 days. If it's a Zman Maruba, it says, no, Mastam, you said it right. But Rav Yosef holds that today the people don't daven the Kavanah. That's, we try to get Shloisha V'Shainis, should be the Kavanah. So he holds that even if it's Zman Maruba, I'm not talking about a long time, but it's 15, 20 minutes when the Chazan starts saying Chazor Zashatz, and all of a sudden he starts saying Talamoter. So they have to, but this halacha, the people don't daven with proper Kavanah today, will manifest itself in another halacha, which we'll try to mention if we have time. But anyway, it came Friday. Came Erev Shabbos Kodesh Mincha. He didn't say Talmud. He didn't say. So now he remembers. He didn't say Talmud Vacha. So the shell is what. So usually there's the halacha called Tfilas Tashlumin. What's Tfilas Tashlumin? Tfilas Tashlumin is that if you've got to say daven one davening, so you're allowed to daven again. You're allowed to daven again at Tfilas Tashlumin. So the shaila is on Friday night you make the tefillas tashlumim, you don't make the tefillas tashlumim. So the Mishnah Berurah is not clear on this halacha. What is clear is Rosh Chodesh was on Friday. Rosh Chodesh was on Friday, and Shabbos already wasn't Rosh Chodesh, and you forgot to say Ya'aleh v'Yavoy. You forgot to say Ya'aleh v'Yavoy, and comes now Friday night is there didn't feel as tashlumin. Can I have a ma'ariv twice? So it's a famous machlekes which the Torah brings down in Siman Kuf Ches, the Toises and Brachas Daf Kal Vav, and the Mishnah Berurah brings it down also. Siman brings down the machlekes, the Ri and the Chachmei Provantia. Whether you say whether it's the din tefillas tashlumim, if you got to say Ya'aleh v'Yavoy on Friday, and Shabbos is so generally what you do during the week. Now, what's the machlekes? The machlekes is that what's tefillas tashlumim. There's chakir what tefillas tashlumim is. Is tefillas tashlumim new? I forgot to give me a chance. No daven again. Halvai shispal olim kol yoyim. Or no tefillas tashlumim is keilu yadavening mincha again. It's keilu yadavening mincha. It's not now. The Taisa says that if you didn't daven, if you didn't say Ya'aleh v'Yavoy, so making the tefillas tashlumim won't help you because you're not going to say Ya'aleh v'Yavoy because it's not Rosh Chodesh anymore, and you don't say Talmud on Shabbos. So he says that you do, but Chachmei Provantia says no. Chachmei Provantia says that you do that tefillas tashlumim. That tefillas tashlumim is. Tefillas tashlumim is like Torah gives us an opportunity to daven again. Gives us an opportunity again. So if it's opportunity to daven again, makes no difference in the Ya'aleh v'Yavoy. Back and daven twice to make up. But if it's to be mashlim, well, it's chaser. So what's the halacha? So Mishnah Berurah brings down 2 days. The halacha, if it's a Ya'aleh v'Yavoy or Talmud, that's a Talmud is not okay, but you've got to say Ya'aleh v'Yavoy. And now it's not Rosh Chodesh anymore, so you can make what's called a tefillas nedava. You make it tonight. If I'm a chuyev because missing Ya'aleh v'Yavoy is missing Ya'aleh v'Yavoy, I'm not being mashlim. So there's no. So according to Toisus, according to Chachmei Provantia, you don't have to daven over again. So it should be a tefillas nedava. If I'm chayiv, it's a tefillas tashlumim. If I'm not chayiv, it should be a tefillas nedava. But the halacha is you can't make a tefillas nedava on Shabbos. Because what's tefillas nedava? Tefillas cannot be the korbanos. Tefillas nedava, you can't bring a korban on Shabbos. You only can bring a korban which is a chiyuv. You can bring the tummy. You can bring the korban, but to be misnadev at tefillas nedava, shlamim and oila on Shabbos we can't because it's not doich Shabbos. What's doich Shabbos only the korbanos of the tamidim, the tamid, which is a chiyuv. So here we're in a catch-22 situation. According to Tosfos, have to daven over again. According to Chachmei Provantia, I'm not allowed to have a tefillas tashlumim. Not allowed to have a tefillas tashlumim. So during the week you can make it tonight. During the week you can make it tonight. On Shabbos we can't make it tonight. Because if the halakha is like Tosfos, that I'm mechuyev, and halakha is not like Tosfos, it's because there's no nedavos. So psakah shulchan aruch, because the clear psakah Mishnah Berurah, there's no shaila. If you got Ya'aleh v'Yavoy and it's ois Rosh Chodesh, so you'll daven again. But what about Talmud? What about Talmud? Friday afternoon, the daven mincha, and I didn't say Talmud at all, or it's within the 30 days, and there's suffix. And it means you have to daven over again during the week. So, but Shabbos, Friday night, if you're daven, there's no Talmud, or there's no Talmud. So Memela, it'll be told you in this machlekes again because I'm not being mashlim what I missed, but you can't make it tonight because there's no dedavos on Shabbos. So Memela shevel taisa, so you don't daven over again. But this is al l'gabe Ya'aleh v'Yavoy. But says Reb Chaim Brisker, it's in the stencil. I see the dish also. He brings down this Reb Chaim. It's Reb Chaim which in base Brisker Ma'aser it's the Makubal Tikar Chaim. The Chaim says there's a difference between Yalav Yavoy and saying Talamata. Yalav Yavoy is Haskara. It's Haskara. I didn't say Yalav Yavoy, but I davened. It's Ma'akav the Tefillah. So Ma'akav the Tefillah, so if I can make Tefillah Tashlumim, good. And if not, I was Yoitze the davening with the Mincha. However, if you didn't daven Mincha at all, forgot to daven Mincha at all, so everyone agrees, there's no question about it, but then you have to daven over again. You have to daven over second davening. Here it was a suffix. So Mela says Reb Chaim that there's a difference between Mashiv Ruach and Yalav Yov. Yalav is a Haskara. It's only a Zaytik Azak, but you daven the complete Shemon Esrei. So Mela you don't have to daven again. But if you forget to say Talamoter, Reb Chaim says Talamoter is not an additional thing like Yalav Yov. It's part of the Matbeya Shatavu Chachamim that the bracha is. You have to say in Talamoter. If you don't say in Talamoter, it's Kilu you skipped. You skipped the whole bracha. A male, if a person doesn't daven at all, there's no shayla, then you have to daven over a second time, even though you're not being mashlim. What you should have davened to say the Yalav Yavo, it says the time to say the Talmud. Rav Yoshev Paskins like Reb Chaim. Yoshev Paskins like Reb Chaim, that if a person is mesupik when he said Talmud and tried by mincha, or he didn't daven at all, it's not a shayla of a suffix of a tefillas tashlumim. You didn't daven at all. There was no davening at all, so everyone agrees you can make two davenings on Shabbos. Now, so it goes back to the Chakir, which you mentioned before in the beginning. So what's tefillas tashlumim? Is tashlumim to make up like you're davening the davening you missed, or tefillas tashlumim, it's an opportunity you missed or should daven over again. So I found a Mishnah Berurah, which is a very interesting Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah in Simon Kov Ches says something very interesting. Everyone holds like that except the Taz. The Mishnah Berurah says like this: if you forgot to say in Tov, he forgot to say Shal Shabbos. Tov is Paul Mincha Be'erev Shabbos. It's Paul Arva Shtayim. So if you forgot to daven, he's overslept, and he didn't daven Mincha Erev Shabbos, so you have to daven Ma'ariv twice. But that's if you don't daven at all, for sure there's din Tefillas Tashlumim. But says the Mishnah Berurah, Avgav the Shabbat Tashlumim Shel Choil. So you missed Mincha and Shabbos, and now you're davening Avarchadika at Tefillas Shel Choil. We call him up in Kivun Sha'akshav Shabbos Palos or Gamkim Shel Shabbos. Vim Tov is Paul. No, that's not the Mishnah Berurah I want. The Mishnah Berurah says that as l'katchila, he says like this: if you forgot to daven mincha, on Shabbos. So the halacha is you daven Ma'ariv twice. So you daven Ma'ariv twice. So even what do you daven twice? You daven a tefillas coil twice. So Mishnah Berurah says even though the tefillas coil, but since now it's coil, so you don't have to daven a Shabbos dika davening. Then he says, "Im tov is." So he says if it's in a different case. He says in a case here, they forgot to daven Ma'ariv. So l'chadchila, you forgot to daven Mincha Erev Shabbos. L'chadchila tzorich l'yispal shtayim shel Shabbos. Friday night you have to daven twice shel Shabbos. V'rishoy l'shem Ma'ariv l'shni l'shem tashlumim. U'b'diyev v'yispal l'shem Mincha v'afil l'yispal oisa shel choil Erev shlita yotze. So he says here a big chiddush. A person forgot to daven mincha erev Shabbos, or he didn't say talamoter, which we said now is kilu, he didn't daven at all. So you have to make tfilas tashlumim. How do you make tfilas tashlumim? Tfilas tashlumim you make by the first one is the Shabbos dika davening. You daven again the Shabbos dika davening, but it's now it's Shabbos, and the second one is the same tashlumim. But what's if he daven the tashlumim? He said a Shabbos day. He davened the regular Shabbos davening, and the tashlumim he said the second daven he regular a weekday Shmon Esrei, a weekday Shmon Esrei. So weekday Shmon Esrei. If you daven on Shabbos without mentioning Shabbos, a weekday Shmon Esrei you're not yotze. Says the Mishnah Brewer, afilu, if you daven the second davening a weekday Shmon Esrei, that means it's Shabbos now, and you forgot to daven mincha, and you daven the regular Shabbos davening, really you're supposed to daven tashlumim is the Shabbos dika davening, the second one is the Shabbos. If you daven the tefillah shel choil, then you're yotze. What do you mean tefillah shel choil yotze? Shabbos now, so you see over here, Klor Raya, that tashlumim is ki'ilu, you have an opportunity to daven the mincha which you missed, or the halakha, or the mincha which you missed. So it's a chiddush gadol moed. The Shabur brings it down. Just in most places, but just the Sha'ar Tzion says the Taz holds are not like that. So you can daven tefillas koil and Shabbos, and the Shabbos now, and generally you will not be yotze. But for tefillas tashlumin, I owe a mincha, so I can daven the tefillas shel koil. My chiddush gadol. If you see over here that tefillas tashlumin, the tefillas tashlumin is ki'ilu, you have an opportunity to daven what you missed. Daven what you missed. What's nafkamina halacha? Nafkamina halacha is a person, or halacha and shulchan. There's a lot to say here. It'll just be mekatzer with another interesting halacha. Siman Reish Samech Ches. The last halacha says, mispal shel choil. Person daven Friday night, and he made a mistake. He davened a weekday Shmon Esrei. V'lo hizkar shel Shabbos. The halakha is b'di'evet we daven a tefillah shel choil. Now, really, on Shabbos you're supposed to daven Yud Ches brachas, but because of Oinik Shabbos, so Chazal gave us a discount that you only have to daven 7 brachas. Cover Shabbos, you should have more time for Shabbos. But really, Shabbos you should be daven Yud Ches. Should be daven Yud Ches. Now, if you daven by mistake Yud Ches, a regular weekday Shmon Esrei and Shabbos, and you mentioned somewhere in the davening Shabbos, so you yotze also. So you yotze. But you have a yotze. But here he wants name. So here he forgot to daven. Mispal shel choil, lo hizkar shel Shabbos, o shlo hispal klal, v'shama mishatz, bracha me'in sheva me'rosh v'atzoif yotze. So a person is a new thing. A person can but now we mentioned over here that on Shabbos there's no din tefillas tashlumin. But here he's really mechuyev. We're talking about a person who's mechuyev. He forgot to daven mincha, so he's really mechuyev. So the Shulchan Aruch gives you a discount. You don't have to daven mincha over it. You don't have to daven twice Shabbos to get davening Friday night. You can listen when the Shliach Tzibur says this, the bracha me'ein sheva. It's not even sheva, it's a bracha me'ein sheva. He says the Magen Avis, you listen word for word, so you yotze. So halacha is also, if you, anytime you miss a davening, and you have to have it tefillas tashlumin, but you can listen to the chazan, and you listen word to the chazan, which we don't like doing, is because so the Mishnah Brewer mentions over here this is only a din in Friday night, but you missed. It's talking about a case you forgot to daven ma'ariv, or you daven ma'ariv, you didn't say mashvul megoshim. You didn't daven ma'ariv. Whatever is not yotze ma'ariv. So here it says you don't have to daven ma'ariv. You can listen to the Shliach Tzibur. He says it's only a din on ma'ariv because ma'ariv is only a reshus. But if it would be a regular chiyuv l'mashal, he forgot to daven mincha, when he has a real chiyuv to daven twice. So Mr. Brewer's mashma that you wouldn't be yotze with the bracha me'ein sheva. So the chayre this halacha is totally on whether now it's a big machlokes of poskim. If you forgot to daven mincha, or you forgot to say talamoter, or you forgot to say Masha Vuach, which you didn't daven over again. So there's a big machlekes we're showing him whether you can listen to the Bracha Mein Sheva. We can listen to the Bracha Mein Sheva. That if it's what's name, so it's if we to daven mincha, so if it's Shabbos, they can daven, you daven Shabbos twice. But this Bracha Ben Sheva is like us, and the Mishnah Brewer says it only helps for Ma'ariv. But other person says if you forgot mincha, you can listen to Bracha Ben Sheva and you yaitzus. So it's telling this halacha. If you forgot to daven mincha, it's a tashlumin is you have to daven whole new davening again. Davening, it's not a davening, it's only for Ma'ariv, which is the Rishus, it's not even a regular Shabbos davening, but if the law is Tashlumin, just, Mincha is already finished, but you just after what's name, you give opportunity to daven twice Ma'ariv, you can be yotzed with Mein Sheva. So just in Musayim, there's a lot to talk about this still. So the Eitzah on Shabbos, the person in the Supik, he said Talamoter by Mincha. So, or whenever he's mechuyev daven again, there's an eitzah on Shabbos when he forgot. It's a suffix we said Yalav Yavoi. It's a suffix we said Yalav Yavoi, and let's say Shabbos was Yoshkeish also. And the Friday night he forgot to say Yalav Yavoi, and it's a suffix, and you can't make it tonight. Like we mentioned before, he's super if you daven or not. So the eitzah is he should be the shliach tzibur. Be the shliach tzibur, then you yotzeh. Then you make the shliach so it's a yotzes. There's an eitzah even on Shabbos if you're mechuyev to daven. It's a suffix whether mechuyev to daven feels tashlum or not. So you should make yourself the shliach tzibur. So just to be Messiah Pasha that there's a lot to talk about which I didn't get to. That just a Messiah a school of beduka for Rav Yosef. That in order to a person shouldn't get involved in sfeikus, especially now when Talmud is going to start within 30 days. The first 30 days you're not muhzik, you should daven with the open siddur and you should go with your finger on every single word. And you do that pashas the school of B'tuka, you'll never have these sfeikus. But I'm going with my finger and I see comes Talamata. I know if they say Talamata, it's not that I'm going to daven the hair goes. So that's the school of Pasha Shtakal to be zoicha, that we should daven with proper kavanah, we should have tefillah ma'aseh, the tefillah is Pasha what we need today in Eretz Yisrael. And it's the whole world really needs it. The Yidden are being attacked from all the sides, and we taka zoicha the nisin gluyim. A person doesn't see that there's nisin gluyim what's going around these crazy things with these phones and 250 bombs which came sonic missiles that came from sonic missile travels in 18 seconds. It travels over 1,000 kilometers from Lebanon from Iran to Israel. 18 seconds. This thing, it's mamish like it's going, who knows how many thousands of miles an hour. Not 500-600 miles like an airplane. It goes like 10 times more. And they knocked them all down. But it's nisim gluyim. And someone who sees it's Yad Hashem, Baruch Hashem. There's other people that use it for the guy of Pasha. It says Koychim V'Yitzim Yadi. I asked these speech from Koychim V'Yitzim Yadi, where were your Simchas Torah when 2,000 people, innocent people, were killed and taken hostages and soldiers? Where's your Koychim V'Yitzim? No. All of it is Koychim V'Yitzim. But what's the sakana? We're Zoichet and Nisim Gluyim. The sakana is because of the schus of Torah in Eretz Yisrael. The schus of Torah Yisrael. Torah is Magen the Matzal. And if everyone doesn't realize that it's Yad Hashem, and the Yad Hashem is only because of the Torah in Eretz Yisrael, he's pasha blind. And the biggest sakana in Eretz Yisrael now, the biggest sakana, and I'm very worried about it, is that the government wants to take away draft deferments and draft all the yeshiva bachim, and leave a few what they call iluyim to fill up the yeshivas. It's going to be a sakana gdoila. The whole schus of the Medina is that from the time the Medina started, from the Ben Gurion's time. Ben Gurion realized that he made a deal. Ben Gurion realized that you have to give a draft deferment to the yeshiva guys, to B'nai Torah, and with the Mispalo Pasha, with the Mispalo Shtark Maisa, to the Gzei Rabah, who should which are not taking place, even though it's getting worse every day. They're getting more and more active. The people want to be like a terrorist with the Mispala Pashat, the schools of Eretz Yisrael, but it's all based on the schools. And I want to tell you something, the schools of Torah, of learning here in North Miami Beach, is also a school which helps for the Gatz of Welt. When you're coming here learning in Torah and Pashat, then you're the light, Erlich Balabatim, coming Kovetim, Torah. The Torah's Pashat has a school that it spreads all over the world. So, which Taka Misoicha Maisa, the Emes Alim of the Torah, Sai here, next to Stroll, which will be able to learn Torah without any Daigers Maisa. They send out over 1,000 arrest warrants to Yeshiva people this week, which Taka Misoicha Maisa, with its exclusive Torah, which should be Morgan and Matzel, and which should be Zoicha Yeshuas from the Chamas. Shkeach. Hope it wasn't too confusing.
No, very good, very good.
I just want to forget to tell you.